Hey, 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 everyone. Welcome back. It's another episode, Profit Takers podcast. So today we're going to look at the Profit Takers alerts, right? Because this dashboard is coming soon. It's going to be changed a little bit. Excited to get it here. I know, guys, we're not ready with it yet. But I do want to let you all know what's coming. So you will be aware, and then hopefully you'll be a part of it. All right. So today we're going to talk about closing price, and we'll kind of look at some of the trades that came through with the dashboard. And I'm going to talk about where I effed up. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to keep my spirits up because I'm, trying not to tear myself down here, because that's where traders, that's where we mess up. Right? We make a mistake and then we start talking crap to ourselves, and then, it's downhill from there. So I'm catching myself, or I've caught myself today. And so I just wanted to share. Yeah, I was kind of upset, but it's not like I was throwing stuff or anything like that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So closing price. So let's look at oil, because oil was a good one, and then we'll go to EU, and then we'll look at some of this stuff. So oil, it's trending, right? It's trending long, and if we looked at last week, because this is H4 right now, and H4 is showing us that we're in our second week of longs, and we should have known this. The moment price hits a major level and it fails, that peak is in place, second week of rise, W formation, it's game over. Okay, game over. All right. So one of the things that you need to write down in your rules today is look at H4, the beginning of the week. What is it telling you? Okay. It did start off, right, when it's building this W as a potential half bat, right? Because that's what that almost looks like, the half bat formation. But once that second half of the leg gets put in place, guys, once you figure it out, it's game over. So write your rules. What is H4 telling me? All right. Am I in week 1, week 2, week 3 of the rise? Right? What is that telling you? So I like to we can also use this, and we can count the weeks just like we count the days. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 1, day 2. Right? And this is why I'm so angry with myself, because I didn't do that. I forgot to do that. And that would have I took this trade long anyway, but just having that in your arsenal, guys, I think it's needed. So let me bring out my pen. I want to do this again. Let's just annotate this. Let's have fun. I'm going to do this with 3 pairs and call it a day. Okay, I'm not going to keep you here long. I like to get to the point, but I want to make sure we get this down, right? I got to get this down. I got to remember to write this down, right? So I'm going to update my rules. Because I think when I was updating my rules, I try to make it to where I'm trying to get this easy peasy. Okay, easy peasy. Trading is hard. I'm not going to lie. It's hard. But it can be easy, and you can understand it. Okay, because I've done that. Right, I understand more than I ever did when I started to learn, obviously, because I kept going. And that's another thing. You don't want to be calling yourself, you don't want to quit. There's my pen. I was trying to get it to start writing while I was trying to get it to work. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Let me get it a little bigger, because that looks really funny. So, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, guys, this penmanship is absolutely atrocious. Oof. Okay. Sorry, why am I writing day? Okay, this isn't working very well. Let me just do this because I really want this to be something that I'm going to just use this. Okay, so this is week 1, week 2, week 3. This is also turns into let me do it like this. 3, 2, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3 to 1. And now we're in week 2. Okay. Week 2 of the rise. So we have to just expect a rise. All right. So now we're going to break down. So the tool has already confirmed, and you guys can just see it right here on the, you can see it. You can see it just prints the 2 LOW. Okay. Now the other part of this, you're not going to be able to see it, but let me see if I can drag it. Let me drag it over here. Let's see if you can see it now. It's going to look different. Once the new tool is available to our community, it's going to look slightly different. There's going to be a little bit more added features that I cannot wait to share with you all. I think you will really like them. Okay. All right. So I'm going to extend my open range because we know that the open range is Monday's high and low. Just that simple. Tuesday is the initial balance, and it's technically the extension of the Monday's open range. That's all it is. So on Tuesday, I came here, we had a peak because you can see price. You know, this video is really supposed to be talking about closing price, but I wanted to start off with where I messed up. Oh, I'm so upset. There's 2 things that I did wrong today, and I'm going to talk about it. All right. So, we had our breakout fail. And, you know, like I said, levels, you got to draw these things out, guys, because you need to know when that low is, the attempt to break, you know, to take the low out is broken, and then you get support. So then you mark your levels. That's a major area, and you can expect miracles like with the marketing gods, the market makers are going to produce. Okay. I'm trying to see if you can see that. Let me see if I can take some of this away. All right. So as you can see, failed. Here's the open. There's the close, right? And we have a peak formation low, a close above the open. That's a bona fide first green day or first day of the low of the week. Okay. So what did we do? We drew our consolidation levels because I was looking for a stop hunt low rise, and that's what I got. And I took it. So let me break down to M15. Okay. Do M30 because it's a bit clearer rather. So here we go. I've talked about, I don't know if you guys can see this little indecision candle there. I make it pink so I can see it because I think that level, I don't know why, but it always seems to play out. It's just another little area of confidence where you're going to go ahead and use that area also for an additional stop hunt low and then rise. Okay, so beautiful, right? That's what we did. I'm going to take this off because I had initial target area for there. Okay. Because I wasn't sure if it was going to reach the high of the week. I just didn't know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But now that I look at H4 and saw that we were on week 2 of the rise and it's the W, you know, there's no question, none. And so now we're up here at the high. Are we gonna, is price gonna trap, you know, the positions up here, the traders up here? I mean, we're close to 380R, but we're not there yet. And again, price did close above the open, but we do have a peak high in place. So I'm wondering now, are we going to perhaps get a reversal tomorrow? Okay, I don't know, but it's kind of looking like we might. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag this here because this is technically the area where I'm going to wait for price to give us a stop hunt high drop or a continuation. Okay, because this is 1, 2, and then 3. It's the third day. So technically we should get some kind of reversal trade based on the way price closed above the open. But we do have this peak high up here. So I don't know. You might get an opportunity to short it. I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know what session it's going to be in. You may get an opportunity, but just know that if it doesn't play out and it continues to rise, then you know what to do. All right. Definitely if it comes back to the high of the week and we get support from that, because that's technically what we want to do. We have the high up here. Yesterday's high is already starting to print. And ideally we want to take out the high. Okay. That's ideally, or if it does break down on us tomorrow, we're going to have the high of yesterday's high to use as an entry area. All right. That's always a good place because it might go up a little bit more and then it might give you an opportunity to take an entry to short it from yesterday's high. Okay. So that is oil. All right. So let's look at the dollar CAD because this is the one where I messed up. I messed up so bad. All right. So I came into the market today. I was expecting longs, which the longs did prevail, and we didn't even have any news. So I was thinking it was going to be a smooth ride, but it wasn't. It was not a smooth ride because right here, I was waiting for it in New York to go long. It never went long in the open. It didn't go long at 10 o'clock. And I had I kept the price, I had my position on. That was the mistake number one. I had my position going, thinking this thing was going to go. I was thinking, okay, maybe now it gave this drop here and it was looking like it was just trash. All this right here in New York session was trash, right? I was like, what's going on here? And then it gave this pattern here and I was like, oh, maybe we're going to go long. So, I was thinking maybe we're not going long, we're going short. Maybe this was the only opportunity that we're going to have because sometimes that happens when you get the trade when you're not available, and then in New York you get the reversal. So I was thinking that, and then I was holding this position here. I was like, okay, fine, we might be going short because I was getting lost in the sauce here and not paying attention. And I went to sleep, and then I came back, and I was like, oh shit. We were at the end of the session. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock, and it was going long like I wanted to, and I was not in the trade going long. But then here comes the reversal that I was expecting anyway, because usually that's what happens. You have a nice run up, and then that happens at market open, and then your reversal trade comes in, and then you calling it a day. But boy, they made this thing drag out, and I really got turned around in here, and I just lost it. Not like lost it, but I just messed up. I didn't get out of this. This is what Merrill says. Whenever you start your position and you're thinking, okay, you may got in, because sometimes I get in a little early. I'm not even going to lie. I'm just like, okay, it's looking good, and I'll get in early. And if that thing doesn't play out in 2 hours, he says to take off the trade, wait for the next, setup to come into play. And once that does, then you start the clock again, right? And then you wait. That's just how you do it. And I didn't do that, guys. I totally screwed up. So I'm sharing that with you all because this stuff happens. The trade that I was waiting for happened, and when I went to take a nap, I was like, oh, I'm tired. Let me go take a nap. And I come back, and I had left the trade on in the wrong freaking way. So Lesson learned. Remember to turn on the clock. I have a timer on my watch. I'm sure a lot of you guys have iWatches. Put the timer on 2 hours. You know, once you get the darn initial, okay, this is probably going. Like, this was it for me right here. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I was reading this all wrong with the market structure. And now that I look at it in hindsight, I'm like, this thing wasn't doing anything, right? For the first 3 hours, I should have just scratched this trade and went and looked at another one. And I did take a really nice trade with, was it EURCAD? Yeah, I think it was EURCAD. This is it right here. This was the good trade, another good trade that I took that worked out really nicely. And I took this trade, I posted it in the locals. I was so happy. And then here I am ruining my good position with that bad trade with CAD. So yeah, there you go. But this one was a beautiful trade. I took this one. This is M5 right now. All right, and this one I took before because it started to move right when I needed it to. Okay, it started to move right when I needed to. And if we look at the closing price on here, I took it only, one, it is a dropping market, right? Let's go look at H4. All right, and this is, okay, week 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this week right here could be the week where it ends up reversing or continues. Don't know yet. But for right now, I took it short based on what I saw with price action from yesterday. We had a peak high, and usually when I see those peak highs right there, and then price closes inside, like, well, not really inside, it did close. The funny thing is, if you see the open was way down here and then it did close above. So that was technically indicating something of a green day because it closed above. We had a peak formation low and a peak formation high. So when I see that, when you see that, the next day you're going to have a beautiful parabolic, what Stacy calls a parabolic trend trade. Yeah, that's it right there. So I saw that. So remember, if you have a peak high and a peak low, and the close is a little funky, like you're like, okay, where is this going tomorrow? But just these peak highs and peak low, just know that the next day you're going to have a beautiful trade, right? And so since it did have that nice peak high, I came here, I drew my levels. Actually, I did not draw my levels because I had already drawn them based on what I saw here. I used the quarter levels. So I already had this previous last week's low already drawn out. And this to me was, okay, this was last week's low. Now it needs to be resistance. And then the M had already printed nicely. This one was just very clean. It was too clean. It was the best trade that happened. The second best trade for today, oil, and then this one. And I took this trade right off of here. I think, was it right? I don't remember exactly where it was. Let me go look at my notes. Let's see my picture. What did I post it? It was, yeah, it had to have been around here because I was waiting for this area right here. Let me show you. This was where I entered the trade. And look where it is, guys. Double zeros. You could have also entered with yesterday's low, whichever one you wanted. And of course, once New York came and it started doing, actually I took, yeah, this one hit my target, but if I was going to hold this thing and New York came and it started doing this mess, I would have just closed it. But definitely I did let this one hit my TP, and let me go down to M5 because I'll probably get a better, clear view on that. Where did I put my, I don't have that chart open. Sorry guys. That's why I'm kind of getting lost in the sauce on where I took my targets, but it was definitely preset, and it hit both of my targets because I had 2 orders on here. So this was a beautiful trade for today. So if we look at price action for today, and we can see, oh, another thing, guys, price was in the box. And you hear that a lot with all the gurus, right? With Burke and with Murrow, they talk about price being in the box, and that was the open range for the day. And I just had to wait for price to break out. I was not awake at this time, but by the time I got to the chart, it was around here, and it already did everything it needed to do for me. So now price has closed way down here, guys, way down here. And this thing right here, right now, is looking like it's going to give us a reversal tomorrow. Like I said, I don't know where, how long, which session, but that's what's going to be happening. So what are we going to do now, guys? We are going to draw this here. The end of session, end of day consolidation, rather, sorry. It looks about, well, it looks fine. I don't know. I mean, looks good. So definitely looking for prices to interact with this level somehow, perhaps a stop hunt low rise. And then from there, you know, we could possibly get an opportunity to go short in New York. Don't know. Right? But we just know that we're either going to be able to, depending on your session, right? You will probably get a beautiful rise, and then somewhere it's going to break down. And then we're going to be able to take it short once more, because we still have some dropping to do. Okay. And then we'll see what happens when prices close for tomorrow. But for right now, guys, this thing is looking like it could definitely go long for us. And I'll probably use this yesterday's high, this daily high low level, which was the previous day low. I'll probably use that level to target a TP, depending on when I get to the market, which, you know, if I'm in early enough for London, or if it, like today, it broke out and down beautifully for me, right? And I took this trade before New York even happened, because I'm not a stickler of I have to be there at 9:30, because I do like these London pairs. I do like them. They run really nicely, and that's why I'll jump into them if they're setting up for me, GA, EA, CA, and it's not market open yet. And London has already done what it needs to do. Asia and London has done what it needs to do. I'm getting in a trade because it's available, and I'm awake and I'm happy, and I'm like, heck yeah, right? So yeah, so that's what's up. Okay, one more. This is EU. Now in the chat, I was thinking this thing was gonna go. It was going to continue to drop, because I said, guys, if this thing reverses, possible reversal on these major levels, and these major levels were previous month's lows, right? So if you took this thing short today, you know, bravo to you, but I didn't jump in the short one. I was really looking to see if this thing was going to do something fancy for us. But here, guess what, guys? This is what I forgot to do. We're looking at H4, right? And I was thinking, okay, let's see. Now it's going to hit one of these levels, and then it's going to turn around. And I didn't know when it was going to do it, or if it was going to hit it today, but this is definitely still a setup, right? We're 6 days in. Let's see. Now let's count the weeks. I didn't count the weeks, but we're counting them now. So week 1, 2, 3, count it again. 1, 2, 3. So we're in week 3 of the drop. Okay. So this one should end up doing what we need it to do and continue to drop into this other majors area. Because I counted this first major zone. Then I went back and I looked at price. I'm like, oh, okay, well, there's another area here that it could possibly hit before it goes, before it reverses. Because again, this is week 3 of the drop, and you know, it could reverse any time. But right now, looking at price action, it is giving us, and we have a peak low that's in place right here for today. So even though the price did close below the open, we got the peak low that is in. So I'm thinking it's going to give us a stop hunt low rise. but we're going to wait. I have it marked here, right? Major zone, peak is here. We're just going to wait. Sorry, my dog is whining if you can hear her. So I think that's it. I covered 3 pairs today, talked about my ridiculous era, and hopefully that you guys can learn from that and incorporate it into your rules. Don't forget H4. Don't forget to count the weeks so you know what's going on. All right. Okay, guys, that's all I have for now. Have a lovely day, evening, morning, and we will see you in the next one. And don't forget, guys, get in the locals so that you can be the first to know when the profit takers alert dashboard. I don't know if I'm going to call it all that, but I like profit takers dashboard. I like profit taker alerts. We're going to figure it out. Maybe you can help me to name it, but it's definitely going to be profit takers, because that's what we do here is win, win, win. Okay. So guys, come on into the locals, be a part of the community, engage with us, and then you'll be the first to know when it drops. All right. So with that, guys, have a lovely day, and we will see you in the next one. Ciao for now.